You feel so good after the last scene.
What is going to be the thing that makes this end on a high note? And I should have been smart enough because they have that great setup.
I say Sanka, you dead. Way more than needed. It could suit like I woke up before Michelle and she's not moving. Like, are you dead?
Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man.
I feel like you just throw that quote around a lot. The whole quote about what it takes to be the driver.
He's also responsible for the lives of the other 3 people in his sled. Now, do you want that responsibility?
And then Sanka's like,
I say we make Doris the driver.
Once he gets in the car, I always laugh. He goes, "The back is nice."
yes, that is great too. And then just ice.
Ice! And it's kind of a winter sport, you know.
Again, not one that I actually quote very often, but I also like.
I'm not smoking, I'm breathing.
Yeah, the entire personality trait of him hating the colds just made me so happy, and it felt so relatable.
I liked like at the beginning of the movie when he's going down in the pushcart race, and also like his co-captain of his pushcart is like 8 years old, but he's going down to the pushcart and he's trash talking all the other competitors, which I would have to go watch it again because I haven't really paid too much attention. I think he's by far the oldest competitor in the pushcart race. You feel so good after the last scene. And in this one, it's weird because they crashed and they didn't win. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie and you're watching this podcast, too damn bad. You should watch the movie before you listen to the podcast. But like they crash and they don't win and it's still uplifting and you still feel great at the end of the movie.
I didn't truly think that they were going to win gold, but I was thinking, okay, what is going to be the thing that makes this end on a high note? And I should have been smart enough because they have that great setup and that great scene between Doris and Irv and talking about what it means to be a champion and like how he's going to know that he feels like a winner. And he says, when you cross that finish line, and just calling back to that, just exceptional.
I also like when Doris is talking to his wife at the beginning of the movie, and he says like,
I don't care how much they want it. I want it more.
I'm gonna make it to the Olympics. And he does, but it's like not how he thought he would make it to the Olympics. So I thought that was like a good little setup as well. Michelle, what about you?
Well, we already kind of talked about, I think, what one of my favorite scenes is, and that's like the putting the team together. I really like the moment at the end. They're like posing and Yul Brynner like kind of has his back to everybody else. I just really like that image as a snapshot.
I mean, I think of when they first go down, they have their first run on ice, and Sanka is just screaming for a full 15 minutes, or I guess 58 seconds. And I love that he's saying like, Doris, he's like, please make it stop. I don't like this. I'm just thinking about being in this really intimate tube or this intimate sled and having someone screaming at the top of your lungs. And there is this snap moment where you realize this is the first time they're sledding on ice. So
and they didn't even run, right? They were just pushed.
Yes. But honestly, my favorite scenes are the sentimental ones that we get between Yul Brynner and Junior. Because, and I agree, Michelle, I think like their bond or their character arc or their friendship is so strong that it's almost like they're carrying the emotional aspect of the movie. But, we start off with, Jimmy left Jamaica.
Yeah, I lost my
video. We lost his beach background, sadly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
So I love that, the first sort of tender moment that we get with Yul Brynner is when he's talking about wanting to live in Buckingham Palace, which is so funny. But then it's like this real thing of, someone having this dream that I think it could be a representation of someone having this ridiculous dream that sounds crazy to you and doesn't make sense to anyone else, and everyone laughing in your face. And the fact that Junior kind of like, I thought it was so sweet that he like uncrumples the paper and gives it to him. And he's like, anything that you want to do, you really can achieve it. And I feel like that's kind of like the message that a lot of us kind of grew up with. The entire scene of Yul Brynner talking to Junior and making him look at himself in the mirror, I think is such a powerful scene and is so beautiful, so original, so tender, and just like something that I think everyone watching this movie can take with them tomorrow when they wake up tomorrow and look in the mirror and try and figure out if they're going to have a good day or not. I just think it's so beautiful. And then leading us to Junior having that important moment with his dad, and the fact that they include the mirror in the elevator and him stop it. And he's like, okay, I'm in position. I've practiced this. I can do it, is just so beautiful. And I think so relatable to anyone watching this, no matter what age you are. Just really powerful storytelling and really beautiful execution, I think, from both of those actors. I like really believed their friendship.
One of my favorite lines was kind of nestled in that, and it's when Junior says,
You go get your palace.
I don't know, like it's this moment, even with the actors playing his dad, like he looks so like shocked that he was able to pull this out. And I love like once the elevator doors close and you just have this sweet moment with the two of them, and he's like, you're a badass for doing that. And feels so defeated. It's like the hardest thing he's ever needed to do. And I think Junior's acting is great for someone who did not go in as actor. Like he acts so much with his face. His facial expressions are like pure joy to immediate fear and disappointment and sadness whenever like his dad is brought into the mix. So
it almost works really well that he's not a trained actor, because he's probably, even if none of us are as wealthy as their family is, but maybe the most relatable of the characters, because I think all of us have kind of had those moments where our parents want us to do one thing and we want to do something else and we don't know how to stand up to them. I feel like most kids have been through some version of his story. I have a couple favorite quotes other than the like, go get your palace. I mean, we already talked about like Sanka and the ice, but I specifically like when he says,
I'm going to take a hot bath. I'm getting cold just thinking about all this ice.
And I forget who says this, but somebody says,
so let's talk about this Bill sled team.
No, bobsled team.
Whoever.
Yeah, I love the entire ice sequence, and I love that he just starts going off about things that are related to ice. Like,
you mean winters and igloos and Eskimos and penguins and ice?
I also really love this very quick, we don't get too much time with like Jerice and his wife, but in the beginning, before he's going to run the race to get into the Olympics, he says like, are you nervous? And he goes on this whole rant, and then she goes, are you nervous? And he says like, I'm terrified.
oh,
Which I thought was sweet. And last one, I love that when Sanka says, when they go to watch their running race, and his wife is asking like, oh, do you think we should be nervous about anyone? And Sanka says, no, but I'm nervous about that big baldy.
he was like quoting things, calling things out. We got to the end. He's like, oh, the end is like so good. I'm like, I don't even know what happens. I'm genuinely on the edge of my seat.
Michelle thought they were going to win the gold medal, just so we're clear here.